Hey, Grand Rising. It is Sunday morning. It's time to get up. Hope you guys had a wonderful Saturday and that you had the Lord with you. Acknowledge Him in all you did, seeking His wisdom throughout the day and also enjoying the day. So, before you get up and get your worship on and head to church, I want to just share something with you. And it's about one of our spiritual weapons we possess. You know, we spoke a little bit about it earlier, but never really touched on it. And it's called fasting. You know, what is it to fast? Well, fasting is for a certain amount of time you cease from indulging the flesh in order to seek spiritual guidance, whether it be for devotion, justice, repentance, guidance, etc., etc. You know, to prepare your spirit. And we see a wonderful example of this put into play by Jesus. And this always puzzled me until recently. Let's read it. Matthew chapter 4, verses 2 through 4. And it reads, "And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterwards hungered." And I should remember that he was hungry. I know any of us be hungry in the flesh. You know, we're hungry after eating, to not eat for 40 days and 40 nights. So this is him fasting. And we goes on to read. "And when the tempter came to him, he said, 'If you be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread.' But he answered and said, 'It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God.'" Now, here we see Jesus fasting. He's hungry. He's hungered. Now, when you think in our natural form, we would think in order to get ready for a battle, we have to eat. We can't be hungry. You know, we got to be able to defend ourselves. You know, go on defense and go on offense in a battle. But this shows me, this battle was spiritual more so than in the flesh. And in this spiritual realm, fasting was the weapon he used. It wasn't nothing to do with his flesh. Yes, his flesh was hungry, but his flesh was not needed for this battle. His spirit was needed. So when Jesus fasted, his flesh decreased so his spirit could increase, and he was able to face the tempter on all ground, on all levels. So that is what fasting is. You know, because we look at it now, back then we look at it, Jesus' flesh was weak, but was still able to resist the tempter. How was he able to do that? His spirit was stronger. He had to weaken his flesh so his spirit can be stronger and prepared for the battle. So that tells us that the battle was spiritual. You know, the flesh, you see, well, like I said before, we're going into battle in the physical. Yes, we have to eat. We have to have that nourishment, you know. So Jesus shows us the power of this spiritual weapon we possess, and we all possess it, the power to fast, to seek guidance, to seek repentance, or just basically humbling the flesh. You know, it's a humbling mechanism as well to humble your flesh. When you feel out of control, you need self-control, fast. You know, and that aligns your body with the spirit, which is aligned with Christ, all in one alignment now. You know, so a lot of times in these battles we face, we're gonna have to decrease flesh in order for the spirit to increase, so we can face these battles that we face daily. Because remember, our battles are not flesh. You know, through powers and principalities and rulers of darkness, all that spiritual stuff that we face not knowingly. That's how we battle it. That's one of our weapons, fasting. I hope this helps you guys today as you prepare for the week, and know that this is building our spiritual ark, acknowledging our relationship with God. We already have a relationship with God. We just need to acknowledge it more. So when these times come, you would know his voice. And when the times come, you would know his voice, and you know when it's time to float you out of that situation. But in order to do that, you have to be in tune with him. You have to acknowledge that relationship with him. Because there are many voices out there in the spirit talking, but make sure you're hearing the right voice. Make sure you're hearing the voice of God. So that's it for this morning. I pray this helps you in your journey. I pray this helps build your spiritual arc. And it's going to be a great day today. Again, if you're feeling guilty about going to church or worshiping, don't. Because what you did yesterday or last night, don't. You get up, you go worship, you go to church where you feel led to do. All right? I love you. And remember, no matter what you've done yesterday, you are the best thing God has to offer this world today. You remember that. And you wake up in the morning, when you wake up, see this message, remember, remind yourself of who you are. Remind yourself of who God made you. And remind him that he told you, let your light shine. Let it shine. Oh, and also, we're going live this morning. That will be, I believe, 11 o'clock your time and 6 p.m. my time. Man, that still trips me out. The time differences, When it's day here, it's dark where you are. I think it's like 2 a.m. where you guys are around that time, back home. Well, anyway, I love you guys. And also, you feel led to give into this ministry? Our link is in the bio. God bless you. You have a wonderful day. Bye.